So in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about how to manage a full-time paying job and a YouTube channel. Let me adjust the camera a little bit and then we get started. So I wanted to record this video from my bed, you guys, because for me, I have been missing those like old YouTube videos where Michelle Phan would literally do her eyelashes or whatever, her eyebrows in like the darkest like room possible, because there was no good lighting, there was like nothing. There would be like camera, webcam, like laptop videos. That's what has been speaking to me. I've been missing the old YouTube days. So I wanted to have like a one-on-one in bed conversation, nothing done up. I'm literally in my boxers, you're not gonna see that, but I wanted to kind of have a very casual conversation about sort of managing work and YouTube. So that is what we're going to talk about in this video. I just want to tell you up front, if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel and if you already don't have one, it's a lot of work. You have to film content, you have to edit it yourself, you have to think about concepts, think about ideas, you have to think about, you know, the kind of content your viewers will like and kind of content that will also get you new subscribers. All that sort of stuff plays into your mind all the time while sort of looking at the analytics of your channel, while managing ideally a full-time job that you're passionate about. Because chances are, if you're just starting out uploading on YouTube, you're not already a full-time YouTuber, right? You weren't born out of the womb with a G7X. You are thinking about uploading consistently, but you also manage a full-time job. So how to find that perfect balance between your job and YouTube? How to find a balance such that you can enjoy your job, do what you want to do at your work, but also find a consistent uploading schedule? Isn't that the question that everybody wants to know the answer of, or for, whatever. So all of these questions were the questions that were really preying in my mind when I just started uploading on YouTube and was starting to manage a full-time channel. By full-time channel, I mean, yes, my channel is monetized, but I'm not making any substantial money off of it. I have a full-time job so I can put some food on the table. So this is what I mean by managing a work life and a YouTube life. I have a full-time job, but I'm also uploading consistently on YouTube in the hopes that eventually, I don't know, maybe there are chances that I could just sort of supplement some of my main income with YouTube money. I am not looking forward to become the next, like, I don't know, Mr. Beast, because gross, whatever, next. So I wanted to share some tips with you guys about how to basically try to start uploading consistently on YouTube. Number one tip I have is that if you are thinking of uploading consistently on YouTube, familiarize yourself with the concepts for long-term success. One of the concepts that comes to my mind is the Goldilocks concept, that whatever you do, whenever you start out at something new, a new activity, it has to lie right outside your comfort zone, but not too outside your comfort zone. So if you're thinking about uploading consistently, filming videos, editing videos, all that jazz, it should lie a little outside your comfort zone. I think the Goldilocks rule is like 4% out of your comfort zone, such that you can learn new things, you can get better at it, but it shouldn't be too hard for you to put you off. What will happen is that if you are filming videos, if you're editing videos and it's too hard for you and you hate it at the beginning, you will upload one or two videos and you will stop uploading. I have done this with my channel so many times. I have started a YouTube channel or started uploading consistently, but then I have stopped. I've started again and I have stopped, and now I've been uploading consistently since I think April 2020, the middle of when the pandemic started, and I have started to keep up with my channel because I've sort of realized the best way possible for me is to feel a little stressed about my channel, but still motivated, but not too stressed or not feel like it's too out of my comfort zone such that I just don't want to look at my YouTube channel anymore. I don't know if that makes sense, but the key is for it to feel a little outside of your comfort zone, but not too outside of your comfort zone. The second tip that I have for you is plan. You know, my job for me is non-negotiable, so I give priority to my job first, and then everything I plan around it. So I have been telling you, the reason I'm recording in bed, actually, if you don't know, if you haven't watched my channel, my job is very demanding. I'm a scientist at Harvard, so I am literally going in on the weekends, on Saturdays, on Sundays. Sometimes I really don't have any breaks. So sometimes times like this, like it's 8:30 p.m. on a Wednesday is when I can find time to film a video, and I make the most of it. So the key is to plan. So like I said, my job is non-negotiable, so I plan my YouTube videos around my job. So when I get a free time from my job, I prioritize and I plan to film a video. So plan, right? If YouTube is your priority and you have a job that you don't give a shit about, then you know, prioritize YouTube first and plan your work around your YouTube. Me, like I said, I prioritize my work for now and I plan my YouTube around my work. So you have to plan one or the other, ideally both, but I just can't do that. I'm not that skilled. And planning comes from a lot of things. Planning comes from, you know, having a calendar. Use the calendar on your MacBook. I have 2 journals, one work journal and one YouTube journal where I write ideas. I actually have the Notes app that I write ideas on my iPhone. Right here, it's sort of like a script actually for this video that I was not reading from, but it's like right there when I'm filming. So I use the Note apps pretty regularly because sometimes I think about ideas on the go and I'm just like writing them down and, you know, saving them. I'm like, video idea number 1, video idea number 2, very, very useful. So I'm gonna look at the third point for you. Yeah, one thing that did really help me was also, that's the number 3 tip that really helped me, was keeping my channel. I wrote keep channel private in early ages. So keeping the channel private in early ages of your YouTube career or YouTube channel. I think when you just start a YouTube channel, when you have like 20 subscribers, when you start from scratch, I'm not like some Instagram model that started with like, you know, 100,000 followers that trickled down to like 15,000 YouTube subscribers. So I was like feeling pretty great about it already. That was not the case. Oh my god, I fucked up my hair. I started with like no subscribers. I started with like 0 subscribers. So for me, my first subscribers were literally friends that watched my video when I uploaded my video in those early stages. And still one of my videos has like 45 views. Don't let that demotivate you. The thing I am telling you is that when you just start from scratch and have 0, 10, 15, 20 subscribers and you tell people at work, for example, hey, I have a YouTube channel, check it out. Oftentimes when people check your stuff out in the early stages, it is so premature, it is so preliminary. You have like 12 subscribers, you have 1 view, that it opens a lot of space for negativity from other people. I'm not talking about like negative comments out direct, but like sort of judgment, like why are you uploading videos when you have 20 subscribers? Why are you uploading videos when you have 30 subscribers? Things like that. Why are you uploading videos when you only get 2 views on your videos? It just opens up sort of this like, you know, area for criticism, for negativity, a lot of times questioning at times. And that, I don't know about you guys, but that is enough to demotivate me to not pursue uploading on YouTube. And I've realized over time that I don't upload on YouTube for instant gratification. I'm not uploading on YouTube to get a check handed to me the next day. I'm not uploading on YouTube to become the next, like, I don't know, Emma Chamberlain or whatever the fuck that is. I'm uploading on YouTube just because I want to. And now I feel so happy that I have about 1,300 of you who are watching the videos, liking the videos, commenting on the videos, engaging with my content. I feel now in the sort of the very early mid stages of the channel, I feel confident enough. I don't outright still tell people about my channel at work. I try to keep my channel sort of private, but the things have started happening that some of the Boston videos, especially the ones that have a lot of views, have started coming up on suggested videos on a lot of other my co-workers' YouTube channels. So independently, at least 2 or 3 people have found my videos on YouTube and they have brought it up to work. And now with 1,300 subscribers, I know subscribers is not everything, but I just feel more confident talking about my channel. I'm like, yes, I make videos about living in Boston, about being a scientist in Boston, about managing my work and YouTube in Boston, things like that. I just feel like my channel finally has a voice, and I also feel like it's sort of like smallish big enough that I can defend it. Like if somebody asks me, why do you upload on YouTube? I can tell them that I have 1,300 amazing people that are waiting to connect with me and that I am waiting to connect with. So that is why I upload on YouTube. Versus like early stages, I think a lot of the questions and criticisms can be a lot of a demotivating factor, demotivating enough for you to not upload another video. if that makes sense. Number 4, if you want to upload consistently, is really sit down and find what you want to make a channel about. What do you care about? When I started about thinking about channel ideas, so my YouTube channel right now is through my email. You can go on my YouTube and check what my email is, but I found out very early on that you can assign like a Google account name. So I have an email, but I can also assign it a name. So I had assigned my email a name which was called Sciencify This. It is still attached to my email's name. I'm just going in circles. I'm trying to explain Google accounts in a very complex way. Google is gonna fucking kill me. But on a Google account, when you have an email tied to it, you can also name that account. The email that is attached to this channel had a name attached to it which is called Sciencify This, because when I started my YouTube channel, I wanted it to be about science. That is what I wanted it to be about, because I loved science, blah blah blah. I wanted my YouTube channel to be about science. I uploaded a bunch of videos initially, like one of them was, you know, all that Laurel and Yanny phase a couple of years ago. I was trying to explain with science why some people hear Laurel, why some people hear Yanny. If you don't remember it, just forget about it. But I really wanted my YouTube channel originally in the early stages to be about science. I realized over the course of uploading 1 or 2 videos that I just cannot do that. I found myself really researching a lot of scientific topics. Like I wanted to make videos about why haven't we met aliens yet, why if bees go extinct the planet will die, what happens if you start eating one sort of food, how does it affect your gut, and how does that in turn affect your mental health. Like I had so many amazing ideas that I wanted to make videos about, those are still ideas, but I just found myself researching those ideas all the time. And given that they were science ideas, I would go from working in a science lab and then coming home and researching all these science ideas. Initially, like my YouTube had started to feel like a research project or work. I tried to do that for like 1 or 2 videos and I started hating it so much that I stopped uploading. That was one of the first stages of my channel. And I realized at that point, I took a break and I was like, this is just not gonna work. If I start uploading videos about science and then I'm doing science, personally for me, that is lack of a separation for me. That is too much work even at home, going into researching a topic, coming up with like, you know, all the background, given the fact that internet is so fucking crazy. If I say something unscientific or say something that is not completely scientific, people are gonna, you know, question my judgment, question my degree. Like I had all these like irrational fears. I also just thought that, like I said, there was not enough separation for me to like, you know, feel happy about having a YouTube channel just based on science. So I stopped uploading. I just got demotivated. I was like, I'm not gonna upload anymore. But that's what can happen initially when you're trying to figure out what your channel, what your voice is about. That is so common that people upload like 2 or 3 videos and then they get some criticism or it's just too much work and they stop. So you have to early on figure out what your channel is about, but also figure out if it's sustainable in the long term. I know for me, making science videos, researching it all the time was not sustainable in the long term. So I stopped, I took a break and I was like, let's come back with myself. I wanted to bring myself to YouTube. I wanted to be comfortable enough with you guys that I can make videos on my bed, and I know that you're not gonna be like,
bitch, what the fuck?
Like some of you might be, but like I know most of you gonna be like, okay, you know, we'll take it for now. The next tip, which is the number 5th tip I want to talk about, is get a little bit of equipment. Actually now you don't even need a camera. iPhone is enough. iPhone 10 camera, video camera, actually sometimes makes me look so much better than G7X. So you don't need a lot of equipment, but familiarize yourself with sort of editing. The equipment I have right now is a Canon G7X. You wouldn't believe it, I just bought a camera case for my Canon G7X and I feel like finally I'm getting close to becoming like a real, you know, videographer. So I have a Canon G7X, I have a DJI Osmo Action which I film B-roll with. I have my phone if I want to make like a quick like vlogging kind of video. I have my camera bag. I have my MacBook that I edit the videos on, and then I have my Final Cut Pro that I edit the videos on. That's the software that I use on my MacBook. I just love Final Cut Pro now. I think I can edit a video in 2 hours. If I really want to put all the text, all the sound effects, all the jazz, if I want to make a really interesting videos, I can do that in 3 or 4 hours. I also know, because of the voice of my channel, I'm not somebody who you're gonna see doing a lot of crazy entrances. I'm not gonna like waltz in looking crazy just to grab your attention. I can't do that. Again, that's not something that I feel like it's me. So yeah, like I feel like find equipment and find a style that you can carry on long term, that you can modify long term for consistent uploading. The next tip I want to talk about is setting reasonable goals when it comes to both work and YouTube. I set goals for myself all the time when it comes to work and YouTube. Like for work, one of my main goals last year was to submit a big grant to NIH that I did submit last year. I got comments back this year. My goal for this year for work is to resubmit it and, you know, publish a bunch of science papers and get my name on those papers. So those are my big work goals. I also set up YouTube goals for myself. My goal for this year is at least get above 1,500 subscribers and get as close to like 2,000 subscribers, you know, things of that nature. My goal is to try to upload weekly, and if not at least once in week and a half, 2 weeks, I'm gonna try to upload at least, I'm gonna consistently at least try to upload weekly. So that is my big YouTube goal. So set goals for yourself, and you know, feel happy if you accomplish these goals. Give yourself a pat on the back if you have uploaded 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 2 or 3 or 4 YouTube videos. Give yourself a pat on the back, be like, you're doing good, you know, keep going, be nice to yourself. Set goals, follow them through, and treat yourself is basically the bottom line of this tip. The last tip, and potentially the most important tip of consistently uploading on YouTube, is to be kind to yourself. You will miss deadlines at work. That is just a given. That's a reality. You are not a robot. You will miss important deadlines, sometimes unimportant deadlines at work. You will miss uploading deadlines on YouTube. There would be weeks where you wanted to upload, but life will happen, something will happen, you can get sick, someone in your family can get sick, a friend might need help, anything can happen. So you will miss uploading deadlines, you will miss uploading schedules on your channel. But the key is not to beat yourself up for it. Key is, if you haven't uploaded in a week, you haven't uploaded in 2 weeks, you haven't uploaded in 4 months, you haven't uploaded in 5 months. Key is to pick yourself up, not to beat yourself over it over and over. Be kind to yourself and start uploading again. It is very, very, very easy to fall off the track and then wallow in sort of like that, oh my god, I haven't uploaded in like 12 days and I don't have a video recorded, what am I gonna do? That is my chain of thought all the time, most of the time. But the key is to talk yourself off that ledge and then be like, hey, I haven't uploaded in 12 days, but it's okay. I don't feel too energetic to make a happy video, so I'm gonna be in my bed today and talk to my subscribers and make a video that will, if nothing, give them some information if they're thinking of starting a YouTube channel. So you have to sort of turn around that negative conversation in your head and turn it into something positive, something important and insightful that will actually help the viewers. And 9 out of 10 times, that is enough motivation for me to have a consistent uploading schedule on YouTube, or to pick myself up from a gap in uploading and then start again. Those were my tips, you guys, for if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel but you have a full-time job and you're thinking about how can I have a YouTube channel and manage my work and having a YouTube channel. Those are my 7 tips from somebody who has sort of uploaded consistently for the past year and a half, semi-consistently. And from every pit of despair or every gap in the uploading schedule, I have pulled myself up literally from my collar and be like, bitch, you gonna upload a video. So I hope you guys have fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please come back next week. I'm definitely gonna have another video for you guys, you know, trying to stay on that consistent uploading schedule. I don't know if you guys like formats like this of me being an old school YouTuber in my bed. Like old school, I'm talking like circa 1995, girl. So let me know if you like this video or you wanna see me with flashy lights. I still don't own a ring light, so don't ask me for one. But if you wanna see me in better lighting, doing stuff outside, I'll do that. My job is to entertain you and inform you, and I'm gonna keep doing that. So let me know. I'm a slave to your dance. So bye.